What's good, everybody out there? It's your boy Cool Kickz. And I'm back again with another episode of Kickz Talk. And today's video, we're going to cover some of the recent releases of the lifestyle sneakers and some of the NBA kicks. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Started off on number 1 on today's lifestyle sneakers, we have Fear of God teaming up with Converse highs in a collaboration shoe. One of the trendiest of the Converse highs, it has been CDG, but just recently, Fear of God has approached Converse to try to battle with CDG line. But in summertime, we're going to see who's going to overshadow who. Jerry Lorenzo is definitely up to something with Converse because we have seen what he's done with the Nike collaboration. Neutral as intended, the design itself is relatively straightforward with certain tweaks, a clear sign of its Fear of God roots. For instance, the heel is embellished with an added lace loop for the elongated set of strings to comfortably surround the entire ankle of the model itself. Elsewhere, the signature heel emblem swaps one of the streetwear's implants on, left a simple black and white match the canvas, side panels and tongue respectively. This is definitely going to be a battle going up against the CDG lines, but let me know in the comments below which ones are you picking, the CDGs or the Fear of God. If you're looking to find out more details of the Converse Chuck 70s Fear of God, check the description below in the release date of the March 26th. Next up, we have Travis Scott and Nike. Let's get it, man. Travis Scott, he's going full circle with the Nike brand because we have seen what he has done with the Nike SBs. By the way, check out my previous videos, and we have seen his collaboration shoe with the Jordans. And just recently, he's looking to release another collaboration shoe with the Nike, but this one is the React 270s. With the Nike React 270s, they're definitely bringing something new to the table. And the shoe features a curvy overlays are now molded up on its upper constructions to give it a sleek new look, followed by the swooshes, which now arrive in much smaller form atop the rear and forefoot areas. Seated next to his various shades of neutral browns and beige, on the base layers comes a vibrant construct of gold painted along the entire midsole air unit. Cactus jack detailed arrives in full force as the face logo and moniker gets divided up between each insole graphic, followed by the label's name embroidered into the heel tabs. More details on the silhouette, check the description box below. They'll be releasing in March at some selected Nike retailers at $190. My opinion on this silhouette, I feel that Cactus Jack is targeting a very small crowd of people with unique taste. With that said, I feel that this is a summer release, but let me know in the comments below what's your opinion on these. Next up, we have another collaboration shoe, Nike and Comme des Garçons with their forthcoming signature shoe. The collaboration is divided into men's colorway and the female. I have to say that the Nike SB lines was very quiet last year, but this year they're bringing out something fresh and new for 2020. As I mentioned about the silhouette, one pose for women and the other men, the forthcoming Dunk Lows paint two distinct pictures of minimalism and bold over branding respectively. As the louder of the two, the latter sprawls with many a bold-faced print sublimated onto a synthetic shell. White or filtered to a dark grey, the text hits oversized to the point where CDG motif is both obscured and just barely legible. Padding is all removed from the ankles as well as the tongue, with handily shaved down as its way to create little no seams instead. Slightly raised outlines retains the likeness to the original format. This approach is much more apparent on the downside accompaniment, who removes any ounce of graphics for a clean arrangement that stands tall by way of color blocking alone. Toe boxes and its connected profile base are used in a very light grey with translucent shining color through its chosen. Swooshes apply atop in a tape fashion, extending above more pronounced separations. More information on the silhouette, hit the description box below, and they're set to release in summer 2020. And you can also rate this shoe in the comments, 1 to 10, 1 being lowest, 10 being the highest. What would you rate this shoe? Next up on the list, we have a collaboration that it's very unusual. Yet you do know these two brands, but they're going up against to come out. I don't think this is a new shoe. However, the fact that they will have the name imprinted on it, maybe there will be slightly modifications on it. Without further ado, let's get into the next lifestyle sneaker. We are very much familiar with the Adidas superstars, but teaming up with Prada, they are handmade in Italy with the fine full grain leather. These superstars feature the iconic rubber shell toe with the iconic typography feature on the upper, tongue and insoles. These are set to release in March, but given the material they've put on the shoe, they are retailing at $450. What? What the f? I know the price may seem a lot to you, but It's up to your choice. Let me know in the comments below. Would you cop these shoes at $450 or would you just go with the regular Adidas Superstars? That was a lot for lifestyle kicks, but let's move on to some performance kicks. Despite the NBA being suspended due to COVID-19, aka coronavirus, it hasn't stopped some of the sportsmen being crafted their own signature shoe. And latest from Adidas, the release of the Harden Volume 4 Tsukasa Mikasa is inspired by the 4 NBA Western Conference teams, which is Los Angeles Lakers, Golden State Warriors, Phoenix Suns, and the OKC. One of the colorways of the Tsukasa Mikasa pack, which James Harden wore the blue and orange in January 9th against the team that drafted him, but the beard guard for when his Your House My House sneaker versus the Lakers. Clad in various shades of purple and unsettled in rich gold, this Adidas Hoops pair is a cheeky nod to first place in the West, whom Harden dropped 35 points in their last matchup. A black light stripe midsole is reinforced by a semi-translucent outsole, complete with a traction developed specially for the California native. The former keeps his standard design with James Harden text for lateral mid-foot tab opt-out of their typical Volume 4, marked in favor of a set number, likely a certain James Harden domination over the top team in LA. No release date has yet been announced on the Lakers inspired Harden Volume 4, but is set to hit Adidas.com in a very few months. And last but not least, we have Off-White collaborating with the Air Jordan 5 Grapes. Ever since joining the Nike family, Virgil has set the tone for collaborations in general, with sneakerheads the world over calling at least one of the many releases their own. And after some time apart, it looks like the LV designer is now back to celebrating the classic as he brought out an Off-White in Jordan 5 for All-Star Weekend, while teasing a striking cream colorway soon after. While the latter is still rumored to be on the way, it also looks like we can expect more to come as it sleeks subtly teases what looks to be a grape-inspired pair. White tones hits much of its technical aqua, holes and all, while the midsole marks with yellowed gum and a small hit of aqua blue, much like his inspiration. The tongue is just barely out of visible range, but you can make out a purple dyed Night Air at the heel. If you're looking to find out more information on the silhouette, hit the description box below. And also check out my previous videos when I talked about the Off-White, but that one was more in the olive colorway. So between those two, let me know in the comment box below which ones do you prefer the most. And that wraps up on today's episode. And if you make it to the end of this video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel to support your boy. As always, it's your boy Kid, and I'm out.